Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, y'all lucky I'm here today. All y'all lucky.
Why?
Exhausted. We had an election watching party last night.
Is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cheese board and everything?
No cheese board. No.
What'd you have?
Tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's Taco Tuesday. Election doesn't change that.
Well, that is surprising because Jody's famous for I'll just make a board. I'm going to make a board.
I love that.
What are y'all doing? I'm going to make a board.
She is good at making a board.
She can make a board.
I love a board.
She's pretty good. I know. Mm-hmm. Maybe the only time I ever eat grapes is off somebody's board.
Oh, you get grapes on there too?
Yeah. Grapes, salamis, pepperonis, all of the stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Pistachio nuts.
Yeah. Figs.
I wish.
You like a fig?
I love figs.
I like figs too.
Y'all got any figs?
Not many people like figs. I feel
Hell
I
no,
love
because
figs.
they're called figs. I mean, they sound disgusting.
Well,
and
you
they
don't
look awful.
You just eat it. You don't talk about them.
Either really country people like figs
Yeah.
or very, very fancy people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is very, very fancy. She loves them. Stuffed with blue cheese. I'm just like, oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I just like figs.
Yeah. You don't take the sweet out of them. They're sweet.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want riders on horseback? I'm like, what the hell is that? She's like, that's a fig stuffed with blue cheese wrapped in bacon and drizzled with vinegar. What?
I mean, I just grew up on fig Newton, so I don't know.
Fig preserves.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a fig right off the tree?
No.
Oh.
But I would love that.
It's a little bit hairy, like a peach.
Okay.
Got fig fuzz on it a little bit.
But you got do you peel it? What?
Well, I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to just eat them.
Oh, just yeah.
Oh.
Maybe wasn't supposed to do that.
Sounds good. Fuzzy fig. Give me that fuzzy fig.
So I guess the whole show today, I'm just going to be delirious.
Yeah,
Sure.
man.
I get delirious.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. The TJ and Riggins Show, Extra Funny, The Week in Review, and all the new and past podcasts. Listen, fast forward, download, and share. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
If you live in the Charlotte area and you need furniture, then you need Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. We love them, and you will too. So go to tjriggins.com/sweetdreams for Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
The TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show is brought to you by Richard Toccato Companies, expert and trusted mortgage broker servicing North and South Carolina since 1999. It's a free 5-minute phone call away, 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I don't mind saying this, and I know I'm going to sound like a hater, but I'm so glad Halloween is over. I feel like that was the longest Halloween of my adult life, of my entire life. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy that it's over.
It's because people start celebrating it sooner and sooner.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the more and more away from God our nation gets, the closer, the farther out they start celebrating Halloween.
Just terrible. I was so excited to be walking around the neighborhood and seeing all those nasty decorations come down. And I like Halloween. I think it's good for the kids, but the parents have obviously gone too far. I mean, they've really lost it.
Well, they start decorating in September.
Yeah, it's just, it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't care for it, but what I do love is that now we get to move on towards Thanksgiving. Highly underrated holiday, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Very delicious. I love all the food. I eat the turkey. I don't eat as much of the turkey as I do the sides, but I enjoy all the parts of it, including the green bean casserole. It's my favorite thing on the Thanksgiving table. So much that a radio family member actually gifted me. He gave me his grandmother's green bean casserole dish.
What?
At a live appearance we did one time. He was like, I want you to have this. It means so much to you. I was like, thank you. But a new reason to like Thanksgiving. Have you heard of the gravy back? It's like a pickleback shot, but with gravy. They said it's the perfect Thanksgiving shot. Apparently, it's popular in some places in the country, but here's what it is. You take your Thanksgiving turkey gravy and you add in enough bourbon to make it drinkable. Then you take a shot glass, rim it in brown sugar and herbs that you would find in like stuffing, I guess, and then slam it back and, watch your drunk uncle for the rest of the night. Yeah. A gravy back shot.
I would try it, but it doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I mean, that's the alcoholic trying too hard.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Trying to incorporate alcohol into too many things.
It's kind of like I always say with those weed advocates. Okay, you smoke weed. Great. You like it. You want it to be legal. Fine. But don't have to put it and try to figure out a way to make everybody else love it in every possible way that you love it. And all. Same way with alcoholics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat Thanksgiving dinner, get drunk. Don't try to incorporate everybody else into your crap.
I get it.
He's wasted. You know what would be good? Some of this here gravy.
Yeah.
Shot glass.
You want to know why this would never work in my house? Because my mom is so stingy with the gravy. Mm-hmm. Every time when I want to take leftovers home, she's like, how much gravy do you want? I'm like, enough to get me through like 2 or 3 meals. Just put it all in there. Just make more of it, Mom. I don't know why. She's been making Thanksgiving her whole life. Just make more of it. We obviously want more of it. But she just refuses.
She just doesn't want to make too much and waste it.
Yeah. No one's going to waste it. Everybody's going to take it home. It's just make more, Mom.
Better be drinking it.
Exactly. So maybe if she makes more, I'll try this. But other than that, I don't think I'm into it.
What would she do if you took gravy that you made just to have extra, if you just showed up with a big thing of gravy you made?
She'd probably be insulted. And then I'd be like, well, this is what you drove me to, Mom. I'm bringing a thermos of gravy because you won't make enough.
Because you're so stingy on Thanksgiving.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A new call and text the show option where you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail, which we may even use on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Lily and Grace is an incredible boutique in Mooresville, North Carolina that was built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Beautiful furniture and interior design elements ready to tell your home's story. Lily and Grace offers a wide range of products that can be customized to accommodate every corner of your home. They truly create pieces of art, and we are so proud to be working with them. Learn more at lilyandgrace.com. That's lilyandgrace.com.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A button to our new 24/7 stream specifically created for the Carolinas. Get exclusive content, deals, and more, plus the show. New each weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's a new thing. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Every Monday, there's a fresh new episode of the TJ and Jody House podcast starring TJ and his wife, Jody. It's a look inside their lives, and you don't want to miss it. It's all brought to you by Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress for more information. That's tjriggins.com/mattress.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
All right, Lindsay, I don't know if you remember, because you haven't worked with us in 8 years, but I refuse to use the term soulmate. I think it's stupid. It's overly dramatic.
Right.
But let's say we'll use the term. We'll say the one. Mm-hmm. Like how you know you're with the one, not your soulmate, but the one. What was the biggest thing about your husband, Kyle, that made you think, okay, I think I've found the one?
It's easy. He's easy.
Right. Now, if he said that about you.
Right. Then I'd be mad. Mm-hmm. It was simple.
Right.
So
he's low key, easy to get along with.
Yeah.
The whole thing. They've come up with a list on the BuzzFeed. They say there is a near instant feeling of closeness. Jody and I had that. You care about their opinion and they care about yours. I don't think we had that. I don't think she cares much about my opinion. You're okay doing things without each other.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like dating. You're okay doing that without each other.
Sure.
You can be vulnerable with them. I know that's what men are looking for. If I've heard it once, I've heard it a million times. Like my dad and all of his friends when I was growing up, they said, "Look, son, when you're out looking for a woman, you find somebody you can be vulnerable with. That's how you know that you found your bride."
Okay.
Also on this list, you're okay with being bored together. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But Riggins always says that there is no reason for you to ever be bored in 2024.
I cannot relate to boredom at all.
Yeah. I get that.
I can't.
Because there's so much. I mean,
take a nap. I mean, do anything. Watch TV. There's so many things you can do. Right. How do you get bored?
I never say I'm bored.
Never.
Ever.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
It's the kiss of death in dealing with my wife.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can be is boring.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I mean, I don't know. She's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm bored. This is boring. She's just like nothing worse you can be. I mean, you could say, okay, well, I just killed somebody in cold blood. Well, at least you're not boring.
Yeah.
I love that.
Does she say that a lot? That somebody is boring or this is boring? Like, what would be boring to her? Like, when does it hit her? Like at a bar or something? Like, this is boring?
No, it's more about, having gone out with certain people or been around certain people. She said, ain't boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying to know who she thinks is boring. That's great.
And number 8 on the list, Lindsay, and we did not discuss this before we started the list, but number 8, to know that you're with your the one, you describe your relationship as easy.
Nice. Nice.
So looks like you need to keep that, Kyle,
Yeah, I guess I will.
because y'all are easy.
I'm not.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A TJ Riggins Prime button to get to invitations, links, and all the great Prime Plus exclusive content. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
These are the painless stiletto heels you've been hearing me talk about from Protégé. And yes, I said painless because they are. And they also come beautifully packaged in this box. You get a shoe bag as well. You get 2 extra straps. And so basically you're getting 3 pairs of shoes because they all look different. So then you buckle it to however you want and hook it on. So no more hassling with the buckle once you get it on. So go to tjriggins.com/shoes, promo code TJ for 30% off.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here. 704-800-4719. So what's up with the feds?
The feds have lowered the rate at more than we thought they would. So that means it's a time to refinance your home. Get out of your high mortgage rate that you received over the past few years when you bought a house. We'll do a rate and term. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you won't even have to have a house payment until 2025.
It's crazy. So call them today, 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com for the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652. The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like the Temple Team at Keller Williams. Find out more about the Temple Team at tjriggins.com/Temple Team. It's the Temple Team at Keller Williams.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right, we just were hearing about this mom moment that Lindsay had last night, and there's no reason that we should have to suffer alone by listening to that. So we'll get her to share that. You don't mind talking about that?
I
on the
do
show?
not.
Okay.
I'm a little loony right now. I've been up all night, so yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into that in a little bit. Well, Riggins, I wonder what's trending.
Yeah, well, it is official. Donald Trump has been elected the 47th president of the United States yesterday. Stunning comeback. First time this has happened since a a president was voted out, then voted back in since Grover Cleveland, they said, but winning the popular vote and the Electoral College. So.
Which, by the way, is one of the trending baby names for boys for 2025 is Grover Cleveland. Cleveland is the middle name. Grover Cleveland, and then whatever the last name.
Yeah. Grover Cleveland. This is our son, Grover Cleveland. It's true, but it is. TJ, I'll ask your thoughts, I guess.
It was surprising to me that we have a winner projected already or determined already. I figured it would be stretched out for a week at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, and for him to win the popular vote and the Electoral College, and I'm sorry, spoiler alert if you got it recorded and you haven't watched it yet, is phenomenal for a Republican candidate. It happens when Democrats win the presidency, like Obama, I think was popular vote and Electoral College, but I don't think a Republican's done it since Reagan. Wow. I could be wrong on that, but
do I see some tears in your eyes?
Yeah, from staying up all night. Yeah,
just trying to get something started.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me to say stuff that the radio stations don't allow me to say.
No, I don't want you to do that, but it is fair to ask you. You know, I wanted.
Am
to
I
hear
happy?
Your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would I have been happy if she had won, or any of the other candidates, like Brother Cornel West was on the ballot?
He was up there.
Then I would have said, "Hey, it's in God's hands."
You're right.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Right.
I went and voted yesterday. I went, Cornel West is running too? I didn't even know.
I don't even know who that is, if I'm honest.
My voting experience, super quick, though. I was in and out in 10 minutes. Everybody at the polling places were great.
That's what I heard. Super quick.
Yeah.
How did I wait and I early voted?
I don't know. Well, it was, I think, a record. Was it a record number of early voters as well?
Okay.
So I know there were a ton of people went out. But Donald Trump is the top trending topic after being reelected back into the White House. He was doing a speech this morning at 2:30 a.m., spoke for 25 minutes in West Palm Beach or wherever he lives. And he looks exhausted, but I would imagine everybody involved is exhausted.
I mean, he's almost 80, and he hasn't had a day off in months and months just to go and not do any work at all.
Yeah.
How's he still kicking?
Because he doesn't sleep. All he wants to do is compete and
It's
win.
great.
Yeah.
It's great.
So I'm sure there will be more updates. But as of right now, at the beginning of the show, Donald Trump back in the White House. So there's some drama breaking out, and it's my favorite kind of drama because it's not going to affect you at all, but it involves movies from the 80s, and we'll get into it coming up next.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time? Go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show is brought to you by Richard Toccato Companies, expert and trusted mortgage broker servicing North and South Carolina since 1999. It's a free 5-minute phone call away, 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
There's a great story out of the state of Oregon, if you can believe it. But in case you missed it, we did mention earlier in the show during Now Trending, Donald Trump has been reelected. It's official according to the Associated Press, and winning the popular vote and the electoral vote. So if you missed it, that's what's happening. But I'm way more interested in this story this morning. TJ, I know you're a child of the 80s. Is that fair to say?
So fair.
You like the 80s aesthetic, the culture, the timeline, everything about the 80s.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because nobody got hurt then, right?
Yeah, nobody ever got hurt in the 80s.
Were movies better in the 80s?
Comedies were, yeah.
Comedy movies were better. Did you ever get the chance to see The Goonies?
No.
With Sean Astin, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I had the chance, but I never found it interesting that's not my type of movie, even when I was a kid.
To me, that when I think of the 80s, I think of The Goonies. That whole, the aesthetic of it, the guys that are in it seem like 80s guys. I loved it. Me and my brothers watched The Goonies endlessly. And in the movie, the house plays a major part. This is where they all gather together before they go out on their adventures and stuff like that. Well, the person that now bought the original Goonies house was a fan of the movie. And he's like a younger guy. And he had no plans to live in this small town in Oregon, but he's like, I just love this movie. I want to buy the house. When he buys the house, the neighbor 2 houses down puts up a sign in her front yard that says, Goonies not welcome. Because I guess it's like a destination for fans of the movie to go see the house. So she wanted to get in before the guy moves in and be like, I'm going to start afresh. We're not letting anybody in here. So I'm going to put up this banner outside my house that says Goonies not allowed. So the guy that owns the original house then put up his own sign and says, Goonies welcome. So now there's like a fight between neighbors that are living 2 houses away, and it gets better. So she's livid now that all the fans are still coming around. He's welcoming them in. His best friend buys the house in between them. He puts up his own sign in the front yard, and it says, ignore Karen over here with a big arrow to the right or something like that.
I love that.
It's so petty and so stupid. But honestly, I can see both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the fact, just picture these crazy Oregonians arguing with each other out in the yard. And,
with their strappy sandals and Birkenstocks and baggy hemp sewn clothes. But isn't it funny that she's lived there for 40 years and she thought she was going to, just because there's a new buyer, we're going to set a new precedent here. And then his best buddy moves in. He's like, Goonies, hell yeah.
I do feel bad for her. Being older now, I wouldn't want all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's got to be a tough life. The woman that owns the Breaking Bad house hates when people come. Yeah. She cusses at them all the time.
Right.
Yelling. She sits in her driveway and just waits for them to show up, and then she flips them off and curses them out. It's crazy.
But I mean, you can't do that just because they don't know her situation or anything. They're just coming to see because it's a landmark basically.
Right.
The guy that owns the Halloween house, I know, has had problems. That was a couple weeks ago when he was yelling at people. So it's just a funny way to live in a famous house like that.
Yeah, the Full House was they just sold it not long ago to somebody new. Yeah,
that's got to be a pain.
Yeah. The Home Alone house too. I've heard
the Home Alone house is nuts.
Attraction.
The Sex and the City, Carrie Bradshaw's apartment.
Yeah,
I know is a big tourist destination. So just a crazy story. But the Goonies still living on through neighbor feuding.
Nice.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today. Add TJRiggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type TJRiggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, TJRiggins.com.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Sponsors like CompuCom, because every company is a technology company now. But becoming a fully enabled digital workplace isn't easy. Let CompuCom help. CompuCom.com for more information. That's CompuCom.com for CompuCom.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right, I have a funny story about my wife coming up in a minute. I know people love those. Well, they're funny to most people, not always funny to me. You know,
Rarely funny to you.
Yeah.
but Lindsay was telling us about this nightmare mom moment she had last night. I think all parents have been there one time or another in this situation, so it's relatable.
Yeah. It just seems like I'm there every other day. We went to a nice dinner last night. My husband's getting a colonoscopy Thursday, so he can't eat today. So we just went all out. We went to this nice Italian restaurant. Everyone ate great, which is unusual. My kids just scarfed the food. Spaghetti, broccoli, the whole thing. Well, we get home, take baths, get in bed. Kyle, my husband, normally reads to the boy. So he gets in bed, starts to read, and Brooks, my son, is like, "Mama, I want Mama." So I'm like, "Kyle, go to bed. Go to bed. You're fine. I just have to wake up at 4 a.m. No big deal. I'm just going to get in bed. I'm going to read some stories." So I start reading, and all of a sudden, I mean, in my mouth,
He threw up
in my hair, spaghetti, whole spaghetti is everywhere. And Riggins is going to throw up right now. I'm telling you, I stayed in the shower about an hour. I washed my mouth out with soap. I put soap in places you wouldn't even know. In my eyeballs, I'm like rubbing. I feel like I still smell like it. So,
and then Rob told you did.
And then, so now I'm self-conscious about it.
Now I can tell you did. He said, I can smell it all of a
I
sudden.
don't know if I'm actually smelling, but I feel like I am.
I feel like I'm getting sick. I think what happened was he had just started coughing and he just got choked. But I mean, everything came up. And after that, he was scared he was going to throw up again. So he wanted to sleep in my bed. And of course, I let him. Yeah. I was up all night. I'm a little loony today. I've had like 5 cups of coffee. I'm shaking.
Well, you know what Kyle experienced? He's like that person who missed his flight, but the plane crashed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
I was so close. I had a near throw up experience.
And I love how within the 20 minutes this happened, he had already fallen asleep, didn't hear a thing. I was cleaning sheets. I was cleaning me, Brooks.
Now, were you doing it, making extra noise, trying to get him to wake up and go, "What's the matter?"
Yes.
I told you they do that.
Yes.
Riggins.
I was clanging things around.
If he's sleeping and I'm not, then he needs to be awake.
Yeah.
Purposely making noise.
Yeah. Like, wake up. He rolled over. I said, "Well, Brooks just threw up everywhere." He went, "Oh, I was asleep. It's been 12 minutes. Like, what do you mean?"
Yeah, he wasn't sleeping.
I know he wasn't. He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm having one of the, I just fell right asleep." No, when you ever do that?
Like
Never.
Jody would have been going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A new call and text the show option where you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail, which we may even use on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here. 704-800-4719. So what's up with the feds?
The feds have lowered the rate at more than we thought they would. So that means it's a time to refinance your home. Get out of your high mortgage rate that you received over the past few years when you bought a house. We'll do a rate and term. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you won't even have to have a house payment until 2025.
It's crazy. So call them today, 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com for the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A new call and text the show option where you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail, which we may even use on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Lily and Grace, Design, Home, Living. It's Lily and Grace. Go to tjriggins.com/LG to find out more. That's tjriggins.com/LG.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Hi. Thank you so much for listening and watching and doing what you do. We really appreciate you. In all sincerity, no joke. Now, my wife, I'm TJ, and my wife's name is Jody, and Jody is a quirky personality, to say the least. And I always talk about how she's so determined that if something needs to be done and it can be done this second, it gets done. You know, the entire thing about I could be in the middle of doing emergency surgery on myself. And when she says, when you get a minute, can you take the laundry upstairs for me? And if I don't get up right then, within, say, 5 seconds, I hear, and she picks up the laundry basket and takes it upstairs. That's just the way she is. So we ordered this backdrop stuff to do some video work and all that we're working on the show, trying to spruce things up a little bit. And we ordered this stuff. It's a roll of backdrop things from Amazon. I'm upstairs working yesterday. I hear her yell, "Hey, what? That stuff you wanted from Amazon, the backdrop stuff is here." And I said, "Okay." I'm not kidding you. Within 2 minutes, she comes walking into my office upstairs with a 10-foot long box over her shoulder that has this giant roll of wall covering in it, and throws it down in my office. Not throwing it in anger, but because it was bulky and hard to get up the stairs.
Yeah.
It's at least 10 feet long.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What are you going to do with that?" I said, "Take it to work."
Yeah.
Why are you bringing it all the way upstairs?
Yeah.
When downstairs is closer to work.
She's like the Hulk. She just throws it on her.
It was just like, I can't, I'm not even, he knows what that meant, to come get it.
I guess.
He didn't come get
You
it.
better you better drop what you're doing.
She was trying to solve a problem that wasn't a problem.
Right.
Like it was out by the door. It wasn't going anywhere, and it had to go outside anyway.
But she thought I was using it in my studio upstairs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the sheer fact that she couldn't wait 5 minutes for me to finish
Yeah.
my whatever I was working on
Yeah.
and say,
Well, it was in the way.
well, she didn't want to look at it. I don't want to look at that.
Yeah. Like it's something gross. I don't want to look at that. It's a box.
She's a neat freak at home, and everything's in its place and stuff.
I do love that.
Yeah.
I would love a video of her climbing up those stairs with that over her shoulder like a Christmas tree.
It's like she's carrying a flagpole.
Yeah.
You know, it was over 50 pounds probably. I mean,
Yeah. So here's how long the thing is that I couldn't put it in the back of my truck this morning because I'm going to have to tie it down.
Oh my!
I'm gonna have to bungee it.
I don't know if we meant to order that.
I don't know that we did, and I'm just saying if this doesn't work, it's not going to be so easy to send back.
Shoot, because that was my idea.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess I'll rent a truck and bring it in next week when you come back.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today. Introducing the new Media Center on the tjriggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to get everything TJ Riggins all in one place. The new Media Center is the easy way to access everything we do. The radio family asked for it, and now it's here. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
Lily and Grace is an incredible boutique in Mooresville, North Carolina that was built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Beautiful furniture and interior design elements ready to tell your home's story. Lily and Grace offers a wide range of products that can be customized to accommodate every corner of your home. They truly create pieces of art, and we are so proud to be working with them. Learn more at lilyandgrace.com. That's lilyandgrace.com.
The TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show is brought to you by Richard Toccato Companies, expert and trusted mortgage broker servicing North and South Carolina since 1999. It's a free 5-minute phone call away, 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right. That sounds like a late 80s, early 90s woofer packet. I'm sorry, y'all, but the Gen Z they're coming for you again. You millennials, they're constant. It's like they can't survive without coming out every other day and making a report about what y'all think is cool. It isn't.
If there's a report out about Gen Z hating on millennials, we will read it on the show. There's 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, one of us really gets a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I found this on BuzzFeed. You're like, here we go.
Here we go again.
About to take the arrows again. The biggest story of the day. Obviously, it's National Nachos Day.
Yeah.
Happy National Nachos Day.
I love a nacho.
How thrilling is that? That's what everybody's talking about.
And they're saying that that's America's number one Mexican food.
Nachos?
Yeah. But in the survey, they didn't have tacos in it. It's like, what are you talking about?
Are you kidding?
The survey must have been done by the National Nacho Association because they were like, except for tacos, what's your favorite Mexican food?
Yeah.
Big Nacho coming in to just run the survey.
They're like fighting tacos.
It beat out burritos by 1%.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer nachos over a burrito. I mean, I love them all, but that's crazy to not include tacos on your favorent Mexican food list. That's nuts.
Burrito is my number one.
It is your number one.
Yeah, beef burrito, red sauce, and queso dip over the top of it with sprinkles cilantro all over it like crazy. Yeah.
And the white queso, right? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't hit a dog in the butt with yellow queso.
Same.
There is another story that people are talking about. That is President Donald Trump was reelected.
Oh, yeah, that was last night, wasn't it?
That also happened yesterday.
I forgot to watch. What channel was it on?
You missed it. He won the popular vote and the Electoral College. So a pretty decisive victory. And it was already announced, early in the morning, this morning.
Because I was kind of worried about more people voting a certain way because they hate Donald Trump more than they love America, which I think a lot of people voted that way. Mm-hmm. Like you can't get past how much you hate Donald Trump, even if it's not the best thing for the country. I can't comprehend that, but a lot of people, it came down to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know who was catching a lot of heat yesterday on Election Day? Reba McEntire. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was National Love Your Red Hair Day. We talked about it during Now Trending. She posted a picture, said, long or short, either way, I love being a redhead. It did not go over well on the internet. People were like, read the room, Reba. Ryan said, nobody cares. It's Election Day. Faria said, Reba, you know what we're not going to do today? We're not going to talk about your hairstyle. Christy said, we will celebrate redheads tomorrow. It's only blue heads today. And then another person said, Reba, this is not the blanking time. I mean, it's just catching heat from all over the place.
Stupid.
You're not allowed to talk about anything but the election? Is that what they're saying?
I guess so.
That's
Poor
silly.
Reba. She's just trying to talk about how much she loves her red hair. She gets dragged through the mud for it.
Rude.
Just terrible.
She probably didn't even know somebody put that up there on social media. She probably doesn't know any of it.
I got a feeling she's not running her own Instagram.
No.
I wouldn't be either.
So I want to relive a story from TJ's past, one of my favorites ever. And I'll tell you why coming up next.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. It's now easier than ever at the homepage. TJRiggins.com. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Table and Twine and their great subscription program. Go to tableandtwine.com and check it out for yourself. That's tableandtwine.com for Table and Twine.